So I'm literally about to start this video without even putting in my Jack earrings that I got from Shein that I showed you guys in my haul. It's like you can't start a Halloween video like this off without your Bone Daddy earrings on. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel if you're new. It's Sahara. So today's video is going to be a last Halloween type of video that I'm doing. I'm going to be doing some spooky season Halloween makeup while answering Halloween tag questions. I have the questions right here and I kind of answer them too because there's 30 questions. I hope I can multitask because I have a lot going on right now. Favorite horror or Halloween theme song? So definitely Goosebumps is my favorite. I used to always love watching that show as a kid. I think that's the first TV series that I ever watched that was like Halloween. And I love that. Goosebumps. You will be where you're in for a scare. Next question. Name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. Probably just a killer in general. I wouldn't want to run into that. I can't really think of anything else. Maybe like a clown or something. I'm not like afraid of clowns. I've never been afraid of clowns. Like most people always talked about how they were afraid of clowns when they were a kid. I was never afraid of clowns. So have you ever played with a Ouija board? So I've never played with a Ouija board before, but I have wanted to. I don't know why. But I have. I think I seen it in a game once too. Not just the movie. I seen the movie too, but I seen it in a game once, like one of the games that you could download. Of course, you have to play with more than one person, and I feel like people would probably try to, you know, move that piece on the Ouija board themselves to make it seem like somebody's doing something when it may not be even that. Favorite horror monster or villain? I think for like horror monster, my favorite one would definitely be Jeepers Creepers. I used to always love watching that movie. I even have it on double feature DVD. I have Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. I seen it at Walmart for like $5 one time. So, but I even love the theme music in that, you know, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those eyes? I think the only type of like horror villains that I like are in the Disney movies. Next one is the creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone. So this happens to me a lot even now, like all the time, but I always feel some type of air on me and there's no windows or doors open for me to even be feeling air. So that's why I'm kind of like, what is going on here? If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? I would only do it if I was paid to do it. Honestly, like I would not, because stuff like that would end up giving me a heart attack. So I would definitely only if I was paid to do it. Otherwise I would not do it. I would walk into a haunted house if I was with some friends and stuff, but I wouldn't spend a night unless I was paid. I remember in middle school they did a haunted house type of thing, but it was at school and they had the, I think it was like the Scream mask, and they were touching our legs and grabbing us out of the fog, and it was like the craziest thing. So yeah, I had no problem doing that. So if I have no problem doing that, I think I'd be good. Are you superstitious? I am very, very superstitious, I would say. I do believe in different things like that. Like I believe in a ghost. I believe in spirits. Well, that's like the same thing, but I also have this superstition that, which I think a lot of people do, is that when you break glass, you're, I was gonna say cursed. You're you have bad luck for 7 years. And I did that a while back, and I don't even know yet if I'm finished. Like I don't know if I'm still having bad luck. I know this year 2020, I know a lot of people be like, what? But 2020 has actually been like one of the best years that I've ever had in a long time. Like, I can honestly say that, and I haven't been able to say that in a long time. So 2020 has been good for me. So I think this year may have been like my last bad luck year. But yeah, I do believe in superstitions because I believe that I had that bad luck all of these years from breaking this one mirror. I'm very clumsy, so I break a lot of stuff. Next one is, do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? So sometimes I do think that I see like something. I don't think I see like figures, but I do tend to think that I see something moving, and then when I turn, there's nothing there. So it may just be my hair. But I don't know, sometimes I do believe that I see something. Which urban legend scares you the most? So I don't think that there's anything as specific that really scares me, although something happened where this girl always goes back to this place where she used to be, and it's at oh shoot, I closed my eyes and it came up, and I heard that she was murdered there and that they see her figure there. I think they have the house as like a place where you can go and check it out now. Like, it was like way back in those days, and now they see her shadow there. So I think that's the only thing that really scared me, because I read about it and I seen the pictures and it looks like her figure is still there, and she was a child. Nothing like that Bloody Mary and stuff like that. That doesn't scare me. So what is the next one? Do you prefer gore or thrillers? I think like I prefer gore when I'm doing SFX makeup looks, like Halloween makeup looks. That's why I like to do like scary movies and stuff like that, rather than doing something cute and pretty. But thriller when I'm watching movies. I think that that's what I would say. This is the Color Studio Beauty Glaze palette. I just used a mixture of these two oranges and then this purple and threw them in a crease. I got some glitters from the Dollar Tree. I got some of these orange ones and purple ones, and I think I'm gonna mix that together to create a glittery look. Okay, do you believe in multiple dimensions and worlds? I do believe in that. I believe that there's a whole other world out there, and I believe that if these people don't stop going to space, they're gonna bring that whole other world here. So that's what I believe. And they're already talking about, like, they're always on the news talking about how they found more life out there. It's like, well, leave them alone. They're not bothering you. Don't bother them and bring them here. So yeah, I do believe in multiple dimensions and worlds. I believe in the whole black hole thing. Ever made a potion of any sort? I have never made a potion before. I was thinking of doing like Halloween Town or Hocus Pocus, and maybe doing something like that to try to create something freaky. Do you get scared easily? Yes, I do get scared easily, whether that be somebody scare me or I'm scared from a movie. But I still watch scary movies no matter what. Like, I just love them so much. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? Oh, that's funny. That's what I was just talking about, how I don't... What was that? My lights are flickering. Here we go. It's like you start talking about this stuff and then all of a sudden stuff starts happening. I've never played Bloody Mary before. I mean, I really don't care to play that type of game. Dang, this smudge pot from e.l.f. is very, very creamy. I didn't even know how creamy this was. I'm gonna have to take this tape off. So, do you believe in demons / the devil? Yes, I do believe in demons, the devil, God. I believe in all of that. I believe that we even have our own demons walking around amongst us now. I almost dropped all of that glitter that I still have to mix. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? So the funniest thing is that I've actually heard footsteps in the house before. They were not like footsteps like it sounds like you're like literally walking down the hallway, but they were footsteps that was more like a creaking sound and not heavy footsteps. So yes, I have heard it before, and what I did was I went to go check it out because, again, I was like, listen, I am not about to be ran out of my own house. So I went to peek down the hallway to see what was going on, and again, there was nothing there. I'm telling you guys, like, that, I think that has to do with that little bit of wind that I feel on me sometimes. I don't know who it is. Like, normally I'd be like, you know, I'm about to jump out of this window or out of the nearest door. I'm getting out of here. But yeah, I checked it out, and then I had called my mom and I told her, I'm still seeing that flickering from my lights, and my lights don't flicker. But yeah, I told my mom, and I was like, I'm hearing these footsteps. I don't know what's going on. And she was like, maybe it's so-and-so. And I was like, don't say that, I'm by myself. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? So that was a hard one for me, because I don't want to get trapped in any of these scary movies, like, honestly. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be House of Wax. Like, you guys know that movie with Chad Michael Murray and Paris Hilton. Yeah, that movie was good. It wasn't like super scary, in hopes that I would make it out alive. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think that the movie Alien, and then Predator, and then the movie Alien versus Predator, honestly, I think that I would love / find it so dope to be the Predator. I don't know, what's the one with the dreads? I think it's the Alien. But that would be so cool if I could be the alien and someone else could be the Predator. And I think that that costume is really heavy, but I would still make it work. Okay, would you ever go to a graveyard at night? No, I would not go to a graveyard at night. If I had to choose one graveyard, I would choose Pet Cemetery. So what was the last horror movie you watched? Which was Scream 1 and 2. I watched them on Freeform the other day. It was having their annual Halloween marathon. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? Definitely go trick-or-treating. I mean, I love candy. I want candy. So, and I don't even think I've ever even been to a Halloween party, actually. If you're in a horror movie, are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Honestly, I'd probably be the killer, because whenever I crunch up ice, I always use a knife to crunch it up. And I was telling my mom, I was like, if anyone ever casts me for a scary movie, a horror movie, I'd be ready. And like I said, for my Halloween videos, I love to do the SFX videos, and I love doing like gore. Yeah, I would definitely love to dress up like that and actually act the part. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? So from that latex that I used, I have, my skin is like really tore up right here, like bumps are crazy. And I use that latex one, so I'm gonna go in with a lighter coverage type of foundation. No, I do not have to watch something happy after watching a scary movie, unless it's dark out. Unless it's nighttime, then yes, because I get so scared walking around the house when it's dark after watching a scary movie. Like, not even watching a scary movie and I'm still scared, because I'm like, if something come out and grab me. Whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? Whenever I'm watching a scary movie, I swear I went to see the movie It when it first came out with one of my friends, And anytime like I'm watching a certain movie with my mom that may have scary scenes in it, they are the ones yelling, and I'm like, stop! I'm trying to enjoy the movie. Like, I remember when I went to see the movie It with my friend, and she was in there telling the characters, like, do this and do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to watch the movie. And so is everybody else in this theater. So I am always the one just sitting there watching the movie. If I'm by myself, I find movies to be scarier when I'm alone. Like, when I'm with someone, I'm honestly not that scared. But when I'm by myself, I always have at least my eyes like this, and I'm like peeking out if something is like really scary. And I'm actually trying this new thing where you stick the glue down onto your lid first, and then, like you guys can see, and then you just apply your lashes on top. I know that I'm gonna end up regretting this later when it's time to take all of this off, because the glitter is already enough, and then you gotta take off glue. Whilst in a scary movie, so are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? So I would definitely say that I am like a mixture of both. I mean, I get scared pretty easily, and also I like to scare people a lot, and it's like a person typically doesn't even have to try to go out of their way to scare me without me still being scared. So, favorite scary book. So I don't really read books like that, so I don't know any scary books at all. I don't even know if I've even heard of any scary books. Alright, how old were you when you saw your first horror movie? I don't remember how old I was. I know I was young because I started watching horror movies at a young age, so I don't know how old I was. But I think like some of the first horror movies that I have seen when I was younger were Children of the Corn. Movies with Jason, Freddy, Michael, and Leatherface. I seen like all of those movies when I was a kid. And also like The Exorcist, The Omen, and The Fly. Also Christine with the possessed car and The Blob. What was your first Halloween costume? It was Ghostface from the movie Scream. I was that for I think most of my childhood. You know something? I think when I turned 13 maybe? 13, something like that. I think that was when I got rid of the costume, because around that age, that's when my mom had told me, you know, you're getting too old to be going out trick-or-treating. Like, you need to save it for the kids. You're a teenager now and all of that stuff. So I think I was about 13 when I actually got rid of that Ghostface costume. And I'm upset because I don't have any pictures from it to insert it so you guys can see me in that costume. Funny story, well, it wasn't funny. Yeah, I think it was elementary school. We went on a field trip, and it was around Halloween time. And we went to this medieval place, and they told us that we can wear our costumes. And I wore my Scream costume. And the only thing I had under it was underwear. I did not know that that costume was see-through until my mom had told me. And I was like, oh my gosh. So you mean to tell me that I walked around that whole medieval place with my underwear showing because the costume was see-through? Like, it has that, you know, that black claw. Like I said, not really funny, but man, it's like when you think about it, that was messed up. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? So I'm not going to be anything for Halloween because obviously we can't go anywhere, and even if we could, like I said, I don't go to Halloween parties. I wouldn't go anywhere anyway. But as you guys know, well, most of you who are subscribed to my channel will know, I just did a Art the Clown tutorial from scratch. So if I was to go as anything for Halloween, I would go as art. And if you plan on doing anything for Halloween, like any Zoom meetings or, you know, anything for work related, and you need a costume, you know, and you like clowns, check out my Art the Clown. You know, it'll help you out. I like this orange blush looking thing, but right here something's going on, so I think I'm gonna need to put a little bit more orange blush right there. And then the last question, if you could have a spooky Halloween pet, like a black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat, or a wolf, they gave you those options, which one of those would you choose? So I would probably go for the wolf. I was thinking about like a flying animal, because how cool would that be if you need some thing to check things out from up top. You can always have like a flying animal, but if I had to choose one, I feel like I would choose a wolf, because I don't know, I just like the whole vibe of a wolf. Like, could you imagine me doing like a Halloween look and standing next to a wolf like that? Like, come on now. So I'm gonna have to go with the wolf. I have a lip combo right here, Black Radiance, Colourpop, Mama, and then LA Colors Velvet Lip Mousse and Souffle. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder to powder it down. I like a more matte lip. And these are supposed to be matte, but they ain't coming out that matte. For the inner corner, I think I'm going to use like that shade maybe. Let's see how it looks. Alright, let's go in with a little bit of this in the inner corner as well, since it's more of like that yellow orange gold. Then I want to show you guys that I got this setting spray. So this is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I've never tried this setting spray before, and I finally found the jumbo one because they come in this jumbo size. I don't know if it's limited edition, but I found it at Walmart, and it's 6 fluid ounces. I think the other one has way less, but that's all I know. So we're gonna see how it works. See, I'm gonna hide my hair. Oh, that smells so good. So if you decided to recreate this look, you could just stop right here, but I'm gonna go off camera and add a few more things because I'm extra. I added some crystals because you guys know I love my faux piercing crystal look. So I did an orange crystal up here, a purple one right here, orange one on my nose, orange one on, I don't know what this is called, an orange one on my chin, orange one on my upper lip. All my crystals that I have in here. And then for the eyes, I took some liner, some orange liner, and only added it like halfway to the outer part. It looks better on here because for some reason I can get this eye shape better, and this one just kind of like, I don't know, but yeah. So I did an orange liner just going from the outer part halfway across, and I used my Mehron Paradise paint. I used this orange one right here to create that liner look. I just felt like it was missing something like right in between those shades. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Beware, you're in for a scare.